Oh hey, how's it going? The internet is full of all kinds of weird pictures, and now that everyone has a cell phone camera on them, it makes it that much easier to be at the right place at the right time to capture the weirdest ones. Here are 10 pictures that'll make you do a double take. Number 10 is foot hand. Sometimes the simple act of going to scratch your foot can cause you to look like you're some mad scientist weird human experiment, or like you were born in an irradiated nuclear facility. No, this woman doesn't actually have a big foot for a hand, but if she did, there would probably be a lot of researchers wanting to talk to her. Would she have to wear a sock on her hand in the winter? Anyway, this photo was taken by an amateur photographer who got an odd result at just the right time. Her partially obscured inward-facing hand and the angle that her arm extends at seems to line up perfectly with her foot, making it seem as though she'd be able to do great natural handstands. Or foot stands. Would it be foot stands? I don't know, this is very confusing now. Number 9 is Little Women Wedding Party. Naturally, during photo shoots of the wedding party, you're supposed to leave it in the hands of a professional photographer, which goes without saying, you know, to make everyone look good. That's why when your bridal party ends up looking like you associate exclusively with little people, you may need to request some, reshoots or a different photographer altogether. Well, I'm sure this photographer learned a valuable lesson after he requested all the bridesmaids take an awkward seat on their groomsman's knee, causing them to look like they lost a few feet off their height. Now, this particular photo was taken from a slightly different angle than the professional wedding photographers, indicated by where their smiles are directed at, but moving slightly to the left won't help with the perspective that much. Although they may really enjoy that their family and friends tend to burst into hysterical laughter, upon flipping through their wedding album, these are supposed to be, a little bit more professional, happy photos, not so much making them look like little people, although that is funny. Number 8 is paparazzi body swap. On January 27, 2012, actor Liv Schreiber and his actress wife Naomi Watts were spending a day in Sydney, Australia with their young boys, 4-year-old Alexander and 3-year-old Samuel. They had flown in the day before from their home in New York to Sydney for Australia Day, a national day celebrating the arrival of the British to the country in 1788. While there, they took the kids to Bront Beach to relax and play on the rocks, and as famous celebrities, they were followed by paparazzi photographers. But one of the shots from these celebrity stalkers happens to catch the couple at an awkward position, with Naomi bent over and Liv to her side glancing towards the camera. It almost looks though Liv was caught showing off his slim legs in short jean shorts. The fact that his head is a bit bigger in proportion to the rest of his body might have tipped you off. Look at that picture. That's the stuff of nightmares. Number 7 is hair of the dog. Enjoying a quiet day on the docks with just your fishing pole and your loyal pooch couldn't be more perfect for a quick candid photo, unless the picture taker happens to catch you at the worst possible angle. If you thought this was a photo of a dog fishing at the end of a dock, you look like you would be right, but you would be wrong. Instead, if you maybe thought that this was a lady sitting with her dog who happens to have a full head of luxurious hair, which is quite odd and long for a dog, you would still be mistaken. It's a pretty fantastic coincidence that this redhead's long locks are an extremely similar color to the dog's, and that when their hair aligns, they almost seem to meld together. I'd like to imagine upon viewing this photo, someone made the joke, oh yeah, she looks a bit rough in this one. Number 6 is You're a Wizard, Obama. Back in 2012, America was in the midst of a presidential election, with standing President Barack Obama running for re-election against Republican nominee Mitt Romney. On August 13, 2012, Obama's election campaign tour visited Iowa as he gave a speech in Council Bluffs, Iowa's Bayless Park. While there, Obama harnessed the energy of the sun in his hands in order to give a powerful speech. Nah, I'm just kidding. He actually spiritually concentrated his thoughts into a brightly glowing crystal ball and spoke telepathically to everyone in attendance, telling them to vote for him. Or none of that happened and he actually just gave a rousing speech, made some hand gestures, and the Associated Press photographer Carolyn Castor caught this image of him looking like he's grasping a stage light behind him. So just to confirm with any crazy conspiracy theorists out there, Obama did not win the re-election with secret godlike powers. No, he won because he's Illuminati. Number 5 is the invisible hockey fighter. Hockey can be a serious sport. Besides the fact that everyone is gliding around super fast with razor-sharp blades on their feet, capable of doing pretty bad bodily harm, the players also sometimes get agitated enough to fist fight. During the 75th International Ice Hockey Federation's World Championship back in 2011, Team Finland's centerman Petteri Nokelainen, on the left, got into a punch exchange with Norway's defenseman Ole Christian Toffelson on the right. A sports photographer caught the precise instant in time where Toffelson's flying knocked off helmet occupied the exact space where his head should have been had he not ducked. This makes it look as though Nokelainen was fighting an invisible man, or that he had punched Toffelson's head clean off, or maybe that Toffelson just has turtle-like skills. Although invisible hockey players would make for a great movie premise, wouldn't it? Number 4 is the lightsaber rider. Whoa, is that kid on a horse holding a lightsaber? No, as cool as that would be, the kid is actually riding a horse in front of a crack of daylight peering through the barn doors of an indoor riding facility. I mean, it would be pretty awesome if he were riding majestically into battle on a white steed with a powerful fictional weapon like a lightsaber. But on second thought, I don't think I'd trust a young kid wearing a bike helmet to wield something like that. The photographer is actually the boy's older sister, and the riding range pictured is in Michigan, where it's used as a therapeutic exercise for disabled children. Equestrian therapy actually does wonders for mentally and physically disabled people, but unfortunately that doesn't involve lightsaber training. When this photo first appeared on Reddit's r/perfectly timed board on January 14th, 2013, it prompted a couple of users to edit the boy onto a photo of a Star Wars tauntaun in the scene from Empire Strikes Back. You gotta love the internet. Number 3 is the Ice Wizard referee. On December 20th of 2013, National Hockey League team, the New York Rangers, played a home game at Madison Square Gardens against the New York Islanders. This moment captures the exact moment in which the referee calls a 2-minute penalty on number 36, Eric Bolton of the New York Islanders, for unsportsmanlike conduct. The conduct in question comes from Bolton intentionally spraying ice at the Rangers goaltender, Henrik Lundqvist. But from this frame in time, it looks as if the ref himself is doing the ice spraying like a wizard from up high with his hands. This penalty against the Islanders, called by the guy who inspired Disney's Frozen clearly, didn't end up hurting their winning final score of 5-3 against the Rangers. They then went on to not win anything, finishing last in their division for the season, not making the playoffs, and generally having an all-around bad year. But hey, at least they met an ice wizard. Number 2 is among sports giants. On August 14, 2013, a friendly international soccer game, or football as it's referred to everywhere else, was being played between Team France and Team Belgium. In this photo, it appears as if France had drafted an extremely short player, who seems somewhat physically outmatched by his longer-legged peers. The light blue French player, who, upon a second look, appears to be rapidly slowing down to make a kick, is offensive player Mathieu Valbuena, a man who actually stands 5 feet 6 inches tall, which is quite a bit shorter than his peers. Already with a reputation for being one of the smaller players, Valbuena is absolutely dwarfed in an awkward pose by his 2 opponents. This shot, taken by a Reuters photographer, might confuse anyone unfamiliar with international football that little people are making big plays on the field. And number 1 is the party bummer. This photo of an innocent lakeside party in America turned into a viral sensation on the image hosting site Imager in July of 2016, receiving over 800,000 views. Can you see why? Take a second. While there is technically nothing unsafe for work about this image, it does seem pretty risque, all because of where the crease in the crook of some bro's elbow is. In case you haven't noticed, the focal point of this photo is not the beers and cigars being shown off, but it's more so the crease that looks like a butt. Look, I'm not trying to sound like a 6-year-old, okay? It looks like an ass. But hey, intentional or not, that guy's arm is causing an optical illusion over that girl's bikini-clad bottom, seemingly bearing one half of the 2-piece swimsuit. Showing skin at a party is one thing, but going ultra commando takes things to a whole nother level, usually with that person being carted off by friends and accused of being a little too tipsy. But hey, that's it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. On the right, you'll find 2 of my most recent videos that you can press or click on your screen right now if you guys want to watch some more. And other than that, I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!